Hello, it's Wednesday and back working on a sermon for Sunday morning. I'm looking forward to being with whomever can be there Sunday. David's patriotic music and other things will inspire us. And again, as minister, I would say to you, if it's not comfortable for you to come, please don't. These are times that none of us have ever been in. We're trying to navigate them. In Florida, it seems a little frightening right now, so we all get that. So watch the videos, pray for one another, encourage one another, stay home if it's best. Sunday, I'm going to preach on overcoming loss. I'm working on the idea that we all experience loss, but as Karl Barth once said, the preacher needs to have the Bible in one hand and a newspaper in the other when preparing the sermon. So some of my thinking, though it may not translate verbally through the sermon, is lost during this virus time for some of us. When we think of loss as Christians, we certainly think of the funeral, those times when we come together to mourn and celebrate a life of someone we love, and that's the ultimate loss. But there are all kinds of loss for Christians, and it's just really good theology to understand that Christians are not exempt from loss and pain. So Sunday, I'm going to try to touch on that. As I'm thinking through the sermon, I am going to use Psalm 23, and you know that one by heart, most of you. If not, look it up and take a read of it. That'll be my text. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And David talking about even going into the valley of the shadow of death, which implies loss and fear. I'm thinking in my own life during this coronavirus, what's been lost. We really miss being able to see our grandchildren. We have not traveled to Birmingham to see them since March, early March, and that's a loss for us. Our son has lost his job as a pilot due to coronavirus. As you probably are aware, pilots are just not flying a lot right now. And this is the first job loss that he has suffered. And we're praying with him and struggling for him right now as he works through that. We have missed community and being with friends and being with others. My mom is in a nursing home, and due to coronavirus, we have lost the ability to go and see her. She cannot see visitors, which is wise, and we're grateful for the people taking care of her, but there's that loss of human touch for her, for us. We're able to talk by phone each day. She's not great with technology, so that's just about the limit of what we have. What are your losses right now? Sometimes they're different. They're loss of hope, loss of direction, loss of trust. Sometimes when we lose things, we lose belief that things can get better. We don't believe in the people that maybe can help us through these problems. We're angry sometimes when there's loss. Why is this happening to me? Sometimes we are just plain depressed when we experience loss. So I hope Sunday, the text and the preaching will give us some perspective of how Christians can work through loss. If those listening are not Christian, they will still hear some basic premises that teach us of how we can get up off the deck when we experience grief and loss. So that's the context of the sermon. It's not done yet, so I hope it comes out well. And I hope if you're able to come on Sunday, fine. We'd love to see you at a socially distant and appropriate way. But also, I hope that you'll click on the video, take a look at the worship service on Sunday. You're already looking at this if you hear me, so I'm glad about that. But just know that it's a good thing for us to pray for one another right now. And we'll kind of hunker down around the idea of how to deal with our losses right now. You take care, and I hope to see you soon, or certainly at least to continue to see you virtually right now while we all try to figure this thing out. Take care.